Good morning, good morning, team. Let's get started. A lot to cover. We have Powell speaking on the 26th. We have inflation fears. The government's trying to come out with its own digital currency, and we have crypto basically pulling back very hard. So, what does this mean for the overall market? It means that we had a massive pullback as expected. We spoke about it in yesterday's video where we basically said it was make it or break it. Why did we say that? Because this trend line has been holding the overall market up. If you zoom out over here, you can see this trend line has been some type of major support for a long time on the SPY, and we're looking to be bouncing off that area. I even took a nice little scalp off that bounce. We actually had broke the 180-day trade line, and it was looking good. We were pushing up. You can see we hit highs of 459.20, and it just couldn't really hold that bounce, and we basically started to come back down. You can see this massive drop over here. If I zoom in, we went from 459 all the way down to lows of 442. So that's a huge drop. So definitely want to watch to see what's going to happen. You can see we keep over rejecting the trade line over here. So there is some possible more downside. Now, the only strong support holding us up is basically we have to jump over towards the 1-year chart. If you jump over towards the 1-year chart, you can see the 1-year SMA is being tested over here. We kind of bounced off of it. We're very oversold over here, but we could get some more panic selling, being that it's Friday and we're going into the weekend. So typically it's risk off on Friday. So definitely want to be cautious today as you guys go into your trades. Make sure you guys, if you're not really into the high volatility, try to don't get same day expirations, get some time on your expirations. This way it's going to help you with the volatility, especially if you're an option trader. But going into today, we need to see a break below at least 444, 443. Then we could start dropping down towards 440. Then we could start dropping to 440, 433. We are very oversold, but we're in a panic state in the overall market where there's a lot of uncertainty. So jumping over towards the 180-day chart, if we're looking for some type of bounce today, we need a break and hold above 449. 449 was a previous resistance and support level. You can see that in the past over here back in September. So we need to get above that 449. Then we could possibly start pushing up towards 450, maybe even 454 to truly say, hey, we found some type of bottom. And of course, we need to get back above that trend line at 455. Next stock I want to talk about is going to be Tesla. If we look at Tesla over here, on the 180-day chart, you can see Tesla is below 1,000 again. So this is a good value for Tesla. Tesla is just taking a hit because of the overall market, but we don't want to get into something that is still falling. So watch Tesla over here. It does have earnings the same day as Powell speaks. That's crazy. But definitely want to watch Tesla. This does look like a descending triangle where we're making lower highs over here and we're holding some type of strong support. So watch Tesla. I would like to watch Tesla. Let me move this line over here at the break of yesterday's low. The break of yesterday's low is going to be around like that 980, right? So we want to see if we break that 980 territory, and then we could start basically coming back down towards 961. If not, watch for a long position above 1,000. 1,000 is basically a previous resistance level over here and here. So we want to get above that 1,000, 105. And then we could start pushing up towards like the 140, which is the SMA. Next one we want to talk about is Peloton. So there's a lot of mixed signals coming out with Peloton, where we got a release statement from CNBC saying that they are going to be halting production on not only their bikes, but their treadmills as well. And the stock took a massive drop because of that. Not only that, the stock has basically been suffering from quite a bit. So it wasn't really a huge stock shocker that the stock basically took a big drop. But the CEO is now coming out to say that, hey, it's over here somewhere, but the CEO is coming out this morning saying that, hey, it's false news. They're not really halting production. He's not trying to scare the workers. So definitely want to see what's going to develop more with this Peloton news, but the stock hasn't been doing too well. The company hasn't been doing too well. So watch for the break of 23.25, which is yesterday's low. Then we could start going to 20. Then we could start going to even lower than this. This is the lowest the stock has ever been. So you got to have to use, you're going to have to use the increments on the side of the chart to guesstimate where is the next possible floor. Stock is a little bit more on the oversold side, in my opinion. So if we do have a bounce, everything's pretty much oversold, but hey, it's panic selling. You never know with panic selling, we can continue still go down. That's why it is very important to use a tight stop loss on your trades. But if we start to go up, watch for the break of 28 over here. You can see 28 was a breakout zone over here. So on the break of 28, we could start pushing up towards 32 and maybe even higher from there if the CEO comes out and say, hey, this was all like fake news. So the next one we want to watch is NVIDIA. There's a big chip shortage right now, not only with just anything, but NVIDIA is making these chips and they're not basically making them fast enough. So there's a huge chip shortage. NVIDIA has been basically taking a hit before this whole overall drop. We've been talking about NVIDIA for a possible decline ever since this double top over here. You can see it's still coming back down over here. So watch NVIDIA for the break of 235 down toward 223, or if NVIDIA wants to bounce, watch for the break of 250 up towards 261. Overall, this is a descending pattern. Overall, the majority of the chart is pointing down, so you should be a little bit more bearish on this one. But just make sure that, hey, before it comes down, it has to bounce in order to go the other direction. Just like it before it goes up, it has to drop before it could go up. Last but not least, the elephant in the room, talking about Netflix. So Netflix took a major drop yesterday. It was sitting, this is why I do not trade earnings. Earnings is very risky, and no matter what you feel or think about a company, the opposite may happen depending on what the news comes out and how investors feel. So Netflix basically dropped from 500 to 398, which is the lowest it's been in years. So definitely want to watch to see what's going to happen with Netflix. I'm thinking we get some type of bounce. You can see there's a little bit of buying right now. So definitely want to see if there's some type of bounce. I have to drop to the, actually have to drop down towards the 20-day. Once we start to break 430, maybe we could start getting up towards 455. So definitely watch to see what happens over there. But if anything, we start to break that 398, we could start going to 350s and lower. So make sure you guys keep Netflix on your watch list. You can see I have some alerts set over here. So definitely very interested in this one. I'd love to see a bounce and some more downside. So they really missed their earnings, slowdown in subscribers. They're trying to raise the price to compensate for that. So definitely want to basically be cautious with this stock over here. And after this earnings, I do think there should be a little bit of a bounce. And if it can't hold, that bounce can't hold, I think it's going to come back down. Overall, make sure you guys are very cautious. Today is Friday, like we spoke about the overall market, the SPY. We want to see that bounce. We want to see it come back down if you're looking for a short position, or you want to see it bounce and hold at least above that 450 zone before we could continue an uptrend. So that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys all have a green trading day. Make sure you guys use a type stop loss, and I'll see you guys later.